Hello everybody, PowerJack here, and welcome to another segment of Let's Talk About Games. But today is about the game JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Eyes of Heaven. Now, the series itself is a very odd series. Not in a bad odd, but a good odd, where the type of way fighting was done has changed over the course of the series. Parts 1 and 2 were relying on a spiritual or inner energy called Hamon, which is pretty much like your life essence put into like an electrical, or like your blood itself was like your fighting power. But then of course it developed into stands, as you're seeing here. Now, technically with any stand, not everyone can have one, unlike Hamon. Hamon, anyone can learn because it's all about breathing techniques. But stands are very different. You have the mental fortitude and the will to survive in order for you to do this. Or like strong emotions in a particular feeling in order for it to work. Now, with the JoJo game, this game as well is seen as a 3D fighting game with a team of two fighters. Two fighters each, and they have an ability called dual combo, which I don't use in the first example because I got too familiar with Okuyasu Nijimura to really need to use them. They also have dual heat actions, as seen here. Now these are two characters who are not compatible with each other, which you have Caesar and ECDC. But yet characters like Okuyasu and Josuke, they are compatible for a special heat action, as you are about to see here on ECDC. And go. There you go. So, special heat actions usually have a special way of doing things different. They basically have special interactions between the characters. Other ones are Puccio in the New Moon with Dio, Part 3 Jotaro with Jolene, Jonathan and Lily Zephyr, Joseph Joestar, and Caesar, and then Old Joseph with Part 3 Jotaro. Those are just some of them. There's some more in the game, but I don't know all of them. The way the con also works is that you're relying on your skills on the left with the L1. As you can see, they're all like abilities that your character can use. Now, as you've seen though with Okuyasu, I'm trying to keep the enemy knocked down to do his I'll erase you punk ability. And it's only because when I do that, they're on the ground before their invincibility frames kick in for them to get back up. I can wail on them in order to get some free hits in. As you're going to see here, he's almost dead, and I just wail on him down, and just use my I'll erase you punk. So, the combat for each character is somewhat different between each other. Some characters that use Hamon have every character who uses Hamon has a Hamon gauge, which requires you to hold R1, and by that it's Okuyasu's R1 ability. It's called a style action. Each user gets their own, now it's not only separate for each character, as characters that use Hamon, their R1 is just then trying to charge up their Hamon. So nothing special there. Other stand users though have abilities that are related to their stand's powers, like Dio can freeze time, or Jotaro Part 3 and 4 can do the same thing. Or with Giorno Giovanni, he can make his stand become a Requiem stand for a short period of time. Or with cars, he can become the ultimate lifeform cars for a short period of time as well. They do that in the way of balancing out the game, as if you don't do that, you're not fully balancing out the game, and it leads to unbalancing issues with the ability of keeping a Requiem stance at the entire match. Oh yeah, Speedwagon! But also with the characters in this game, no one's fully broken. Characters either more technical than each other, or they're just straightforward. But players can make them broken, like for example with Mista. Watch what I do with him here. Watch. There you go, see? Look how much health I just took. I took off half of one health bar. which every single character gets 3 health bars for one match. But that is the thing, though. Mista can be labeled as broken with that ability, but Jotaro can also be labeled broken in the fact that he's super simplistic. Because the whole point of Mista is that you're relying on your Sex Pistols, his stand, in order to get damage out. That's what you're reliant on, is his stand, which is what his stand is doing for him. It's giving him more damage output for his gun. Other characters are very technical based, sort of like Johnny Joestar from Part 7. He has to shoot his fingernails as a weapon, so you have to keep in mind that you either want to quickly dispatch of all 10 nails, or you want to take your time and stay stunned. That way when you get off your horse to heal, you won't be completely defenseless while you're drinking your herbal teas. So there is thinking into this game. Each character also comes with 2 EX abilities. With Okiyasu, I get a stronger version of my I'll Erase You punks, or I get a stronger version of I Got You, You Runt. That's really about it. Or with Mista's case, I get a stronger version of Pass, 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 which is where I give all my Sex Pistols out on the enemy at once. Or I get a strong version of Sex Pistols, where I fire 1 powerful bullet out in 1 shot. The weaker version allows me to fire all 6 of my bullets in rapid succession. Or you can have other people that have the ability to stun lock you with the ability, like Jotaro Kujo Part 3, his EX Starfinger applies stun. Or knockdown, I guess you could say. Which allows you to land a free hit on the enemy pretty quickly. But the characters are very diverse and unique, and so are the environments. The environments are all from every single part that the manga has up to this point. There is 1 Part 1, 1 Part 2, 2 Part 3 maps, 2 Part 4 maps, 1 Part 5 map, 1 Part 6 map, 1 Part 7, and I believe 1 Part 8 map, if I'm correct. There's a lot of maps in this game, though, but there's not that many fully, but they all have unique traits to them, like Battle Tendencies airs Supline Island. The spikes in the middle will damage anyone but Hormone users who are using their Hormone, Vampires, or Pillarmen. Everyone else takes damage right as they step on those spikes. Hormone users have to have Hormone to use it, or else they'll take damage too. But with other characters, though, like Joseph Joestar here, you see right above my Hormone gate, which is that bar that's flown up, I have a Tommy gun. The Tommy gun, well, around the map, you can see off in the distance, right over there, that little brown box, right there on the right, that holds another item that Joseph can use in his combat. Pretty much, he is a very bit much of a trickster, and his X command or his L2 command, they get stronger. They change depending on what ability you have. Fun thing about Joseph Joestar is he has this Nigendayo Smokey move, where it's just Nigendayo, where it just sprints away. It's actually a pretty good move, actually. See, watch. See, I got a wool hat that now allows me to put in that line right there of string. But watch this. The way it works is I go into one area, I try to position it, and I just check out all the wool. Once a character steps on it, they get stunned, like Shigechi right there, see? He got stunned, and it allowed me to open up for a free hit until cars smacked me. Now mind you, all the gameplay here is of AIs. I'm by myself in this, because the online is pretty much dead, which is a drawback. But there are PS4 community that you can talk to get people to play the game with you. I haven't spoken to anyone yet because I don't want to, play online. I want to practice by myself first with my kids before I join into the online community. It's just something I prefer doing, so. But the story of this game, I'm not going to fully spoil it. I'm just going to tell you what the whole point of it is it picks off picks up right at the very end of Part 3, where the first entire fight of the game is Jotaro Kujo versus Dio. That's the first fight of the entire game. And character previews today like Kakyoin and Abdul and Iggy and Endul. Abdul, Endul, same thing. They all come back to life to attack the Joestars. But it's because items of the Holy Corpse are reappearing, and you meet Robert E. Speedwagon from Part 1, who says that he has a friend in dire danger, and it's your job to collect more Joestars. So that's pretty much the whole point of the game until you meet the main villain, who I'm not going to tell you who the main villain is. You gotta look at it yourself. But the way the story is actually handled well is that you're going through all eight parts. Not all in complete order, as Battle Tendency came right before 4. But we went to Part 3, then 5, and then we went down to 2, if I'm correct. So you kind of jump around the world, basically. Jump around the timeline. And then universes as well, counting that. But the story mode's actually good. The combat, in my opinion, is amazing. It just takes some time to get used to it first, because you have to remember that you have abilities. Because when I first kept playing, I just kept forgetting I had abilities. But now I'm using them a lot more than regular combos, as you see there. And see, I'm also trying to set up certain attacks here, too. Mainly to finish him off, but I keep missing. I love doing that to him. Blacker Boomerang, go! Damn it, I missed. And also, a fixable warning though not to waste a good ability at the very end of someone's health bar is they'll go down right as that health bar reaches the end. It's called down, and they are basically invincible from damage up to that point. So you want to be very careful with that. It's a fair warning. So that's just a warning though, so that way you don't waste any of your powerful abilities right as someone's health bars end like that, you see? If I hit him one more time, his health bar is going to reach its end, and see, I just said I use my Clacker Boomerang to do it. But, if you can land a backstab, it will exceed the damage if I'm correct. So it's just kind of be careful with how you use your abilities, as some abilities take really long cooldown times. Like, for example, Jotaro Kujo's Star Platinum ability of Freezing Time. They both take a very long time. Well, technically, all of the time freeze abilities of any of the Dios or Jotaros, they take some time to complete. So it's something to be careful about, as a fair thing of warning. Not just a fair thing of warning, but the game is an amazing game, in my opinion. I would just think that the online community should be a little bit more active in that case, because since it's not that active anymore, there's no one really doing anything with the series. And this is the latest JoJo game. Everyone keeps talking about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle. I don't like that kind of fighting game. I prefer this type where I have a whole arena to toy around in, as I'm not restricted to just a 2D plane. I can run around, fight people where I want to, and set up areas for me to dominate the playing field in this area. Like, see, look. The combo knocks Diablo right off the edge, see? In any 2D fighter, I have to set them to the very edge of a ring to do that. This one, the entire arena is that edge. You have to pick up items and see? You can throw people off the cliff too. But yeah, see how long Jotaro's Star Platinum the world takes? Now mind you also, there's timers that you can set, like 90 seconds, but I think fights that are 9-second fights aren't long enough in my opinion. I think that it's better just to make infinite timers, because that's what most people use, because it's kind of inconsistent with speed on a timed match. Because I'm trying to rush through the fight here though, but I'm not used to using Jotaro. Even though he is straightforward, as you can see here, he is pretty straightforward in combat. Which I don't hate, but this is the DLC Jotaro, but if you buy the game now, no matter what you do, it'll be, he'll be there. You have to just buy it digitally. It's $60 still, yeah, You're pretty much getting all the DLC, so that's why. But I figured making a video on this, and I figured also I would tell you is that everyone's ever heard of a fan stand, right? Yes? No? Don't matter? Okay, good. I made my own, but I'm working on my abilities that this thing can do, and I figure I'd make a video of it next time. So for right now, I'm just going to keep talking about the JoJo's series as a whole for the games, as I figured fill in the last 2.5 minutes with some history facts about the games. Did you know the first one's actually a turn-based RPG? Did you guys know that, actually? Very interesting how it was all just part of Part 3 Stardust Crusaders. It was just one big turn-based RPG. Oh, haha, screw you, Dio. Can't hit me now, can ya? Then the later games all went to fighting. They had an arcade cabinet and it looked like a home version of it. By the way, whole horse on that one's broken, so, Then later on, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle was introduced. And they actually held contests for it, and the winner of they had a contest for computer opponents. The winner, the last battle was actually Part 3 Jotaro versus Part 3 Dio, surprisingly enough. But the winner was Dio. The game figure Dio won. So Dio had a special wallpaper on the PS3 system for it. And then they also did the same thing with Part 4, but I don't think there was anything special about it. But I will mention though that mounted enemies in this game, because you can have mounts, mainly from only Steel Ball Run, their AI gets stuck constantly on like platforms and throw. Bye! I keep laughing at that. And so that's pretty much it. All I gotta say for this game. Game's good. I enjoy having time playing it. It's not a bad game. Story's pretty decent. It's a good time waster. It's only a few hours long if I'm correct, and you have other fights. Like you actually have to refight Darby in a game of poker twice. 2 times you have to refight him in a game of poker. And it's actually not that bad. They've actually thought of stuff with that. And there's no experience working. But another a complaint I had about this game and the entire JoJo series in America is why you gotta censor everything? Why do you gotta change it? It's like Gold Experience becomes Gold Wind Requiem. Red Hot Chili Pepper becomes just Chili Pepper. Crazy Diamond becomes Shining Diamond. Really? Sex Pistols becomes 6 Bullets. Come on, guys, that's a little bit annoying. When you're hearing the Japanese actors say the actual names, and when you're just hearing American, the total statement is completely different. But like, comment, subscribe. If you guys enjoyed, I'll probably put more of this stuff out later. But thank you for watching. Bye.